What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Angie's World Podcast, the Ladies VIP. We have some friends that are back in the building that y'all already know. You have seen and met 100 times. We got my girl Lydia tapping in all the way from the UK, who's been with us, I think, 2 or 3 Ladies VIP episodes. And we got Dr. Zakiya in the building. Dr. Zakiya's on mute right now. She's tapping in via audio. Okay, I think she got some technical difficulties.
No, I'm here. Hey,
I'm about to remove Dr. Z from the stream. Are you there?
I'm here.
I just introduced you, Dr. Z. What's up?
Hey, hi everybody. Thanks for having me again, Angie. Hey, Lydia.
I can't really hear you. Can you hear her, Lydia? Oh, wait, I had to turn my headphones up. Can you hear her clearly, Lydia?
I can hear her.
Okay, awesome. So how are you guys doing?
Great. You?
Doing great. It's a new year. Happy 2023, everybody.
Happy 2023.
That's what's up. Let me see. I might have to edit this part out. Speak again, Lydia. Let me see if I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you a little bit better.
Let me put myself closer.
Yeah, you're low. If you have AirPods or a headphone with the little mic like we use on Clubhouse, if you want to plug that in.
I don't even have that, to be honest with you. I was waiting for like my new mic to come today, like my podcast mic, but it's not come yet, so it's annoyed me.
I can't wait until you get your podcast mic. Then we could do way more episodes.
100%.
I don't know. I think that a podcast is in the works for you, Lydia. I think you've been bit by the podcast bug. You love this.
I do love this. I love a good talk.
Yes, it's almost like Clubhouse, but it's sort of like the same thing like Clubhouse, but you get
to Clubhouse.
It's so much better, right? Isn't it?
Clubhouse.
What'd you say?
It's way better than Clubhouse.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Yes. So how you doing, Dr. Z? What's been going on with you since New Year? Since New Year's been going on?
Oh, well, the biggest thing is starting a multi-state medical practice. So I'm really excited about that. And then I recently just started a room centered around all the things I have going on Clubhouse called Ask Dr. Zakiya.
Yes, congratulations. I'm so happy that Dr. Z did that. I posted that on my Instagram. It's called Ask Dr. Zakiya. What days are you going to be doing it, Dr. Z?
So we did the first show this past Saturday. So Saturdays work really well. We'll definitely for sure be there every Saturday. And I'm testing Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll actually be doing some what we'll call scripted content there tomorrow. And I think for the first show, what we might do, people want to ask me about hair and some of the like biggest things that are going on with, especially like multicultural hair, is all these like commercials and articles you're seeing about uterine tumors and things. Yeah. Actually, some people came in the room on Saturday wanted to talk about it. So I think this will be a good room to throw up.
Yes.
Considering like the products that were in question were actually hair straighteners. Like, relaxers that women would use on textured hair to straighten their hair.
That was causing tumors?
Yeah, uterine fibroids and uterine carcinomas. Yeah.
Wow. But I know probably like myself, I don't use relaxers. Lydia don't use relaxers, I don't think. However, I know we all use hair straighteners before in our life. So I hope that ain't out here doing that. That's a good conversation to have. That's a good topic discussion to have, Dr. Z.
Yeah, so I think that would be a good one. Well, I'll probably be in there for about an hour and a half or so asking questions because it takes about 15 minutes on the upside and downside to kind of like get the show started and then kind of just close it out, ask questions, answer a few questions about where you can find me, where you can find the hair products, things like that.
That's what's up. So make sure you guys keep it locked to Dr. Zakiya. Go follow her at Dr. Zakiyaanyoine. Keep it locked every Saturday. Dr. Z is going to have Ask Dr. Zakiya. She has all her links on her website where you can purchase her hair care, any questions any medical questions you have. She's also licensed in multiple states to do telehealth visits. So tell us a little bit about that, Dr. Z.
Oh, yes. Currently I am licensed in 15 states with the 16th state pending. The states include, let me see if I could recite them from memory. The most recent one I got is Texas. So we have all the major states. We have New York, Florida, Texas, Georgia, New Jersey, Delaware, Ohio, Virginia, Pennsylvania,
That's what's up.
yeah, California, Michigan, pretty much. I probably like call all the states, right? It's most of the East Coast, and then like, of course, I've been in California for a minute. I used to live out there, so right now, the majority of the people that I see are mostly on the telehealth platform.
That's fantastic. And it's so easy to be able to get a consult, to book an appointment with Dr. Z if you're in any of these states with her telehealth services. You should make a list of, I think, of all the states that you're certified in and start promoting that so people can tap in with you, because a lot of people from all over the world are your friends on Clubhouse. So that I know they would trust you to get
Right,
medical,
right.
help and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's been, I think, a dream come true. I never thought that I would actually have my own practice. So the first day I saw the logo, I was like real emotional. I was like, oh my God, like I have my own practice.
I
So
love that.
the name of the
Woohoo!
practice is actually Curative Concierge, and ultimately we'll be doing concierge integrative medicine, which integrative health is more like naturopathic meets traditional medicine. I'll be, recommending a lot of nutraceuticals for people who want like a more holistic, like they don't want to necessarily take medication.
Right.
They want to like make healthy changes to support a preventative lifestyle.
That is awesome. And speaking of healthy changes, guys, I'm drinking my smoothie right now. So
I
this
see
is
you. I see you.
this is strawberry, blueberry, dry oatmeal. It's frozen strawberries, fresh blueberries, dry oatmeal, flaxseed, and bananas in a smoothie, because I have decided, and it wasn't even just about the new year, it's just more about how I was feeling.
Mhm.
I want to get back into my healthy lifestyle. I want to once and for all get rid of this weight that I put on through like just COVID and just being in the house and stuff. And you know, this audience here, I mean, I know there's probably going to be men tapping in, but this is the ladies VIP. So we're going to talk about issues that women have, and most of the time it's always my weight, my weight, my weight. So like for me, I'm just so tired of having this weight on me, and I've lost 100 pounds before. You guys know this already. And I lived a healthy lifestyle for almost 10 years, and I've gained a lot of it back. And, it's at this point, it's not even like honestly about vanity. It's about the fact that I am getting older and I want to feel good and I want to feel lighter and I want to live longer. So, this is already day 3, I believe. Yeah, this is day 3. I have 90 days until my birthday. My birthday is April 14th. So, if I were to lose 2 pounds a week, 10 pounds a month, like I did it before, I'd be losing, because I gained 50 over quarantine. I lost 20. I'll get that last 30 off, and I will be able to be my pre-quarantine weight, which isn't like the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst thing in the world. I thought I was like so fat in 2019, but when quarantine hit going into 2020, now I look at pictures, I'm like, I need to get back to that. So yeah, it's just about feeling good and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. With the new year, it's just like focusing on my health, having something to look forward to with my birthday. We'll get into like our love lives and men and all that stuff later on into the show. But right now it's just I want to feel good. I want to feel good mind, body, and soul. I don't want to be tired all the time, drinking coffee all the time, just feeling like SHI took. So I need to like pay attention. And then if you think about it, like so many people last year just was passing away, sudden heart attacks, all these different ailments. So we really have to just be conscious of what we're putting in our body. So the vanity part of it, yes, you're popping and you look cute and you get all this attention because you look great in clothes and you're skinny and you're beautiful, but it's more so about, it's more so about the health for me. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. And what about you, Lydia? What have you got going on since 2023?
Hello, my angels. Hello, hello. So I've just been busy working. Like I can't even tell you. I've been busy working. Been busy working on my business as well.
Tell us about your business, Lydia.
So I've been working in PR and sponsorship for the last 12 years, like corporate company. And I've basically like taken the formula, duplicated the formula, and I've now got my own firm. So
I love that.
So it's like the first deal and opportunity that I actually did was with BLJ at the NFL. And we done the Super Bowl party at the NFL. That was like my first ever big opportunity that I did, and I got him into the show, and he exhibited. He done like a whole load of sponsorship there, and then this week I've just started working with like another client, and he's basically sponsoring like another podcast. He's got like he does like Mexican cuisine and stuff. But my sponsorship firm is like it's various different industries. So you've got your TV, your music, your entertainment, your sport, your commercial, hospitality. So you've got various different industries that I work with. And because I've got a big network of people, I'm targeting all the networks of people that I've come across over the last 12 years. And, you know, I've done favors for them in the past. It's time for you to do me a favor.
Absolutely. That's so exciting. So you are just on your grind, getting in your bag, and just
ain't nobody else gonna get my bag but me.
That is a fact. That is I'm so excited for you. So you have a lot coming up. And I spoke to you about this backstage. What do you think about, starting a podcast or, creating a show?
Do you know what? Like, I've had so many people tell me, why don't you just do a podcast, start a show? And I've thought about it more and more recently, like more so recently over the last few weeks. I've definitely thought about it more and more. But maybe I'm not too sure, but maybe it's definitely bubbling away. It's definitely bubbling away in my mind to kind of like get one started.
Yeah.
It's not to say that I can't do it, because I know that I can.
You can. You can. I think Lydia been bit by the podcast bug. She loves coming on this podcast. I might as well say the Ladies VIP co-host, my permanent co-host is Lydia. She's been on all the Ladies VIP episodes. I think it'd be dope. If you ever need help, let me know, and I'm definitely help you. I'll be there. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely in the pipeline. I mean, like I said, I've thought about it. I've spoken to like a few people about it. So there's room for opportunity for me through like various different avenues. So it may be something that I might start this year. Yeah.
I love that. So y'all make sure y'all keep it locked and tap into Dr. Z and Lydia. And we gonna get into some topics today, ladies. And Lydia, she had a bunch of topics that she wanted to talk about. So let's see. Let's start out with this, y'all. We're gonna do relationship conversation. We're gonna do a few men topics, relationship topics. That we'll start off with that. Here we go, y'all.
Toxic men be my peace.
Let's go into that, y'all. So toxic men be my peace. How do you interpret what this means, Dr. Z or Lydia? And Dr. Z, you on mute.
You unmuted me? Oh.
I muted you while Lydia was talking, so there wasn't no feedback. Because y'all know I got to be a producer here too. I'm not big yet where I got my own producer that handles the audio. I gotta produce and host.
No, I just didn't know. I saw when you muted me. I just didn't know you unmuted me. Thank you. I didn't know you was giving help there. I was about to unmute myself, and I'm like, oh, I'm already on the air. I'm back on. But
what do y'all think about toxic men saying "be my peace"?
Oh, toxic men are saying this now? That's what they're doing in 2023.
What'd you say, Lydia? I can't hear you.
I said the cheek of it.
Exactly. The cheek of it.
I find it just ironic. Like, how you want somebody to be your peace and you just messing up everybody else's peace.
What about you, Lydia? What you think about this?
I mean, Girl.
I know you got a lot of thoughts. I'll go after you.
I think for me, I think it's wild that for people who are so unhealed and incomplete themselves, they're asking for peace, but you've got so many broken parts to you. How
Right.
can anyone be your peace when you're not even at peace with yourself? So anything that you're doing is like, it's a vicious circle.
Right.
So not even trying to work on the things or the places that you've gone wrong in. You just want to find your next victim. And that's what I feel like these toxic, narcissistic men are looking for their next victims to be their peace, but then they're also creating a hell for her. So
Absolutely.
it's one rule for them and it's one rule for us. It's never been equal. And they've got these double standards that they keep playing with. And I'm just like, well, bro, don't ask me to be your peace if you're not even at peace with yourself, because me and you are going to be constantly going back and forth. And I'm very direct. Listen, I recognize my femininity. I can submit. I'm not aggressive in any way, shape, or form, but I'm also not afraid to be vocal if I feel that something is distressing me. And if
Right.
you're a supposed man in my life and you're saying to me, yeah, you can speak to me about anything, and the minute that I do, you turn into this toxic asshole, then I'm sorry, babe. It's a wrap. I go therapy. I can't be your therapist. I want to be your
Period.
therapist.
That is so true. Cause like honestly, I have an issue with the whole submit thing, right? Because a man will say, oh, we want a woman to submit to us. But the thing about it is, women, we need to use wisdom in who we submit to. We're not about to just submit to any old guy that's going to, because submitting to you is trusting you to follow you and submit and take some of the control away. Because men will say, oh, Angie, you're so headstrong and you're so this and you want to lead and you want to do all this. That's because I've been leading on my own for the last 20 years and I've been taking care of myself for however long. So the control means a lot to me. But in a relationship, I would love nothing more than to be soft and feminine and submit and let go of some of the control and let a man, start a family with a man and let him be the leader of our family. And I'm his backbone and I'm following and I'm taking care of the kids and all of this kind of stuff. But as a woman, you have to watch who you letting lead you. So you need to prove to me first that you are a leader worthy for me to take seriously, for me to start a family with you, for you to be the head of the household, the husband. There's a lot of things that I'm looking for as well. So a man just wants you to get into the relationship, be a 10, you got to be a dime. You got to have your body right, your looks right. You have to be soft and feminine. You have to
You gotta be a virgin.
You got to be a virgin, soft and feminine, submissive, allow him to lead, be his peace. And he could cheat.
Be his porn star as well. Be his porn star in the bedroom. Be his porn star in the bedroom.
Be a porn star. And he needs to just do what? Nothing. Just he's the prize. So we're just supposed to just trust whatever he does. Like, you need to display husband qualities, boyfriend qualities, fiance qualities, leader qualities to get that submission out of us. A lot of women are getting to the bag, have careers, leaders themselves, doing these things. So in order for us to have that submission come out, you have to show me that you were submitting. That's just how I look at it.
Do you think there's been like a change in, because I see it over here in the UK, but I definitely know that is happening. Like, do you think there's been like a role reversal in gender roles? So, i.e., women are now becoming more masculine, and then these masculine men are becoming the women that they complain about.
I see a lot of that.
I just think, it's manipulative. I feel like this whole conversation you're having about be my peace, it's just, men trying to manipulate women. It's like clickbait, like, making it sound like really good. But then when I hear that right away, have you ever seen the Donnell Jones video Where I Want to Be? And he's
Yep.
talking about how he'd rather leave than to cheat, all this stuff. But then
Yes.
the girl goes on one date in the video. He's at the window crying, singing
Right.
Dilly Dee. Like this is men. Like,
Right. They don't know what they want. They confused.
you can cheat, but look, she goes on one date and you like, oh my God, I want to just throw myself in front of a car or something. Like my life is over because she went on a date. And meanwhile, they having whole relationships.
We can't hear you, Lydia. Say that again.
That's why I said it's like it's one rule for them and it's one rule for us.
Mm-hmm.
So true. Absolutely so true. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair that men think that because but there's also those relationships where men feel like he has money. There's also men out there that feel like because they have money and you live a certain lifestyle, that gives them the go ahead to cheat with other women or do what they want, and you're just supposed to accept that because of the lifestyle. I don't agree with that either.
I mean, if we're gonna be if we're gonna be really honest, if you're a woman, right, seeking this high value man who has money, he's going to provide you with a set type of lifestyle, there are times 10 other bitches and other girls who are knocking down on his door, are sliding into his DMs every single day, wanting to also get a piece of that pie, right? So you may be the main squeeze. You may be provided with all of these wonderful provisions to give you a set type of lifestyle. And I'll be honest, you kind of have to agree to the fact that he may step out. That's the type of lifestyle that you wanted. If you wanna, if you prefer to cry in a Ferrari than on a bike, then I suggest you quiet and you just go about your business. You can't expect a high value man to not ever be tempted or to not ever step out. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Look at the world that we live in now. Everything is at our fingertips. Social media is at our fingertips. Dating apps are going out to like clubs and bars to meet other women. It's at our fingertips. It's on our doorsteps. So you may be the main squeeze, but there will always be a piece of cake elsewhere.
That's wild. Do you guys think that loyalty is a myth? Do you
No.
think that people not cheating is a myth?
No.
So you think, the reason I ask that is because if I'm with a man, all right, this is how I envision my relationship, right? If I'm with a businessman, okay, you see, and by no means am I comparing myself to Jay-Z and Beyonce, but you see how they're both like equally boss in the way that they run their businesses, and the way that they're overachievers, and the way that they think, and the way that their mind works, and just what they do. Jay-Z can't say to Beyonce, I'm up here, and because I am up here and I can provide this for you, you need to accept what's over here. Because Beyonce can rise up to the occasion and look him square in the face and be like, but I'm that chick. So hold on one second. So for me, I value my brain, myself, what I want to do in life, to where I'm not going to be comfortable. So if I'm dealing with a man that is successful financially, I'm going to be successful financially in the same way his pool is open of options. My pool is open of options with men with more money or younger men that want to blow my back out. I have those same options. So I feel that loyalty is a choice that you make every single day. Your loyalty on Monday is not going to last you to your loyalty next Monday. Every day that you wake up, loyalty has to renew. So I don't feel comfortable saying, well, this is what I chose, so I'm here. That's just not how I think. You know, that's me.
I mean, I hear what you're saying and I respect what you're saying, but if you think about it, Jay-Z already said to her, I am here and you are here. Because he did step out with Becky with the good hair. He did cheat on his wife and she's still stuck with him. And if you think about it on the financial aspect, Jay-Z really made Beyonce be who she is right.
She did. And shout out to Jay-Z because he did, because I got Jay-Z up here, y'all. But anyway, I do understand what you're saying. But after he did step out on her with Becky with the good hair, she made lemonade and said, I'll bust you in the head if you try this again. And he actually relocated. They used to live in New York. If you notice, they moved because I guess and listen, this is just me speculating. So down the line when I'm big, if Jay-Z ever sees this, I'm just using this as an example, and I don't know, and God bless your unity and your marriage. But what I'm saying is they relocated. They moved their family from New York to another place. So I guess that temptation wouldn't be there, or that affair. I don't know the ins and outs, but I do know that she said, if you try this again, you're going to lose your wife. That was the grand opening, grand closing. I personally don't think that this was something that Jay-Z going to keep playing with Beyonce about. If he did step out on her, okay, he did. But I think he learned his lesson. I don't think this is going to be a regular thing. That's just my opinion. I don't know, you know?
Maybe not on a regular tip, but to say that just because he's moved to a different state that it might not happen, I'm going to call that cap, because it probably will. And there are probably things that he is doing behind her back that she doesn't know. But this time he's become a little bit more smarter as to how he covers it up. And it's just, at the end of the day, like I said, if you're going to be with a set type of man, just expect at some point he's going to accept that knock on the door. Okay.
I respect what you say 100%. I think that we all have the freedom to think how we want to think. And me personally, like, I don't think like that. I'll never accept that. I always know that there is an exception to every rule, and there are good people out there that won't cheat. You know what I'm saying? And then I could never say what's in the future for me, right?
Yeah.
Do I go into a situation wanting to cheat? No. But if it ever happens, it would be something that I feel like if I did cheat, it's because there's always like so many things to unpack behind cheating. Usually cheating occurs, like I think G Herbo was on Young Miami's podcast, and she was asking him about cheating, and he was saying, like, you know what, every time I cheated, I never really set out to cheat. There was problems in the relationship, and maybe I said, you know what, I'm gonna go out tonight, and there was already issues, and I was out, and then I kind of fell into that. But he was basically confirming that, well, for him personally, I'm not saying this is for every guy, but it wasn't like there's always something behind the cheating. So I feel like if I fall into the arms of another man, or if I feel like if I'm cheating on my husband or boyfriend, there's like some sort of reason behind it that I'm not talking about or dealing with or being honest, because a lot of people, they just don't talk about things. And I think that's why it results in cheating. Whether, the relationship gets boring, the honeymoon phase is over, now y'all together, y'all had a couple of kids, she may have gained weight, or now you guys have the responsibility of a house and bills. Maybe the teamwork is not working. So I always feel like there's different reasons that people cheat. So I don't know what's going to happen for me in the future, but I'm not very forgiving when it comes to cheating. I'm the type. I know you want to say something. I just want to end this real quick. I'm not that forgiving when it comes to cheating. I may forgive you once, but I'm the type that will cut you off and pretend that you're dead. Like, I don't play that shit. But anyway, go ahead, Lydia.
Just as a disclaimer though, right? I'm not condoning cheating, because I don't tolerate cheating. And obviously you and I both know, and even Dr. Zakiya know, things that I have gone through in the past, and I've not accepted cheating. I can't accept cheating. Yeah. I've accepted it before in the past, taking that person back, and it just broke so many parts of me. Okay. It broke a lot of parts of me. And I'm not saying that I'm going to condone it now going forward. Once you step out on me, your apology means nothing. Like, right. You weren't sorry at the time of what you did.
Yeah.
because you got caught, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not about to play, you know, play the role of the woman who's going to accept a man cheating on her just because of
Right. He got money.
Just because he's got money. But what I'm saying is that there are men out there who are like that, and women out there who are like that, who do accept cheating based
I know.
on options that are given to them for that type of lifestyle. So it's like, when you were saying what's more important, like loyalty or love, love comes with loyalty. And if you don't love me enough to be loyal to me, then maybe we shouldn't be together.
That's a fact. Loyalty is so important to me, like extremely important to me, because I'm very loyal. So again, I don't know, I've done bad by myself for a very long time. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And I'm not, and ladies, if you're listening to this, my whole goal with this podcast is to uplift, empower, and inspire y'all. So I'm not shaming anybody that could be in a relationship right now that your man has been cheating on you for 7 years straight and you stay because of the kids, or you stay because I'm not, everybody has their stuff, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I'm not afraid to walk away and stand on my own 2 feet, because I will never allow a man to put me in a position as to, if he walks away, my life is completely over. And I think sometimes women, we get into these relationships and we lose ourselves. We follow these men down into a ditch and our life just plummets because we had a career before we got into this relationship. We get into the relationship. He tells us not to work anymore. He got everything. Okay, so now you in the house, you having his kids. You didn't let go of your career. You in this relationship, you got 3 of his kids. He's supporting you. You get your period, you got to go like this so he could give you freaking pads. Like, you understand, you can't even brush your teeth without the money that he puts in your hand. So you're dependent on him now. You're 100% dependent on him. Your kids are dependent on him. He got that over you now. So he could do what he want to do. Because what he gonna tell you? Walk away. You don't got a pot to piss in. That happens to a lot of women. So I understand women do stay in relationships out of lack of desperation and the kids, and he got that over you. But I don't think us as women should give up our careers, our independence, anything. This way, if he does cheat and let's say you a year in and your boundaries was here, and each time he cheats, you keep moving your boundaries back until you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't know yourself anymore. You done accepted all this. Your self-esteem is rock bottom. You want to be able to know that you could at least take care of yourself if you were to walk away from that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a manipulation thing when men are like, oh, a lot of men, oh, submit to me and I got money. So, like, I don't know. I just think women need to keep hold of their independence, their careers, their mind, until a man proves to you that there's somebody that's worth submitting to. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I think there's being independent and being able to still hold your own without needing someone. And then there's screaming, I'm an independent woman, F men are this, men are that. Like, that's something that I don't agree with.
Neither do I.
In order for you to be that submissive woman, at some point, you're going to have to go from being the captain of your ship to being the co-pilot.
Right.
And letting the man who's now coming into your life, wanting to demonstrate that type of leadership skills, who isn't just a toxic man saying be my peace without demonstrating leadership, without demonstrating respect, without demonstrating communication. You're going to have to at some point allow him to take reins of where you're both going.
Right.
So I think there's, have your career, have your independence, but I would say to a degree, because I'll be honest with you, I'm independent, but I'm not afraid to say I want a man and I need a man, simply for the fact that I have my shit, but I also know where I have to come down to kind of let him, you know.
I respect that. And for me, you know, I'm a super creative person. So I usually like, for me, I think if I were to get into something, I could never not work or never not create or never not want dreams and goals and aspirations. So I envision the type of relationship. I was just talking to the ladies before we got down here. I'm like, oh no, I was talking to Dr. Z. I'm like, shoot, I need a husband that does my production. I'm doing the podcast. He's setting up the lighting. We just like a team. We work on projects together. We accomplish things together. We're a team. We got our kids. We have our kids. Our kids are involved in the business. You know, we're showing our kids that, you know, we're just working together as a team. And then I don't want nothing more but to find someone on that level that I could be that co-pilot, that I could be that co-teammate. You know what I'm saying? But that takes a lot of display, and a lot of these men think that that's what they're prepared, that's what they just automatically qualify for that. And then they looking at us crazy when we're not giving them that quote unquote peace, and we're riffing at them and complaining to them, or like Lydia said, communicating, because men will say, communicate with me. And then when you open your mouth to communicate, you're complaining, you're draining, you're this, you're that. So it's kind of like, and then they say we're emotional and they invalidate our feelings, and they just, because they lack communication skills, because they lack certain things, we have to be blamed for opening our mouth. And that to me is insane. And this is not like a man hating thing. This is just coming from us as women. What do you think, Dr. Z? Because, you know, you are a doctor, you have your own practice, you have your own business. If you enter a relationship, how do you feel about what we're talking about? Are you going to let go of your career and the things that you've built for yourself? I don't know if she's on mute. Dr. Z, you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. What's
Not you messing up the audio, girl. You got to be on cue. This is a show. I'm about to bring you down, girl.
Bring me down? So we back
yes,
on
take you off the... Come on, girl. Did you hear what we said?
Yeah. So what's the question? No, but I got a message. That's why I muted.
And what you think, Lydia, about the question? Well, you answered that already, right?
Yeah.
About the toxic men? That's what y'all was talking about when we paused. Well, when I looked down, which was just like 2 minutes ago.
No, we were speaking about, we had a whole entire segment about, you know, it's okay, no problem.
I heard the entire segment, but like the last maybe 120 seconds, I looked down to respond to a text message.
No, that's okay. We're gonna move on to the next segue. So basically, you know, I mean, I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about for this topic, Lydia, that you wanted to talk about in regards to this?
I just feel, you know, in my humble opinion, toxic men need to leave good women alone.
To summarize what I heard you guys talk about, sounds like the only way you can be the peace that these toxic men need is to let them cheat in peace. That's what they want. That's what y'all was talking about.
I mean, girl.
And I'm not the one. So that's why I was letting y'all have it.
But no, I mean, I just feel if you're gonna want peace, but you can't also demonstrate that level of peace yourself either, I definitely do think like leave women alone until you have found solace within yourself. Because the last thing that you are doing is just creating more generations and generations of more toxic women, because apparently there are more toxic women in this world than there are toxic men. You know, for every reaction there is a reaction. So I think go and seek therapy, go and seek Jesus, go get help, okay? Go read a Bible or something. I don't mean it in a sarcastic way. I'm being very serious. For someone who myself, I used to have my toxic traits here and there. I had to go and do a lot of therapy. I had to go and do a lot of work. And now I'm in a wonderful position. So
right.
I can't you can't paint everyone with the same brush, but unless you go and do the work,
Yeah.
be someone who is actually willing to do the work,
Right.
you will eventually be at peace with yourself in order to give someone else that peace too.
And that's a big thing. You have to be willing to do the work. You have, and a lot of guys, they're not willing to admit that they have to do any work. I don't know if it's lack of maturity. I don't know if it's lack of knowing oneself. They're not really willing to do the work in the unpacking. They're willing to just keep, because this is the thing, just because a man, there's so many facets, there's so many different divisions of life to make you a whole person. Who are you to your family? Who are you in business? Who are you to your partner? Just because you qualify for being successful in business doesn't mean that you're going to be a great husband, and it doesn't mean you're going to be a great boyfriend. The same focus and work that you put into your business as a man, you need to go ahead and put that into your family, into your friend relationships, and that takes work. But the only way that you're going to do that work is if you admit that you have to do the work. Because a lot of men, I don't know how they think. They think like, oh, okay, well, I could just be successful and just keep swapping out women every 10 years. I can have babies until I'm 80, so I don't have to worry about no clock. I got money, so I'm always going to be able to get women. I'm just going to keep swapping them out. They're the problem, not me. And I don't know, like, I don't know if that's how they all think, but I think some of them think like that.
Yeah, but I mean, money doesn't equal putting in work into like being a provider. And I
Right.
think sometimes that I don't know, maybe from experiences as a child, I don't know, like, but lots of men, I know even some men in my family, they feel like not that because they provide they could cheat, but just that, hey, the reason why I'm not around is because I'm working, because I want to take care of you guys, I love y'all, and they think that like that's enough. Not necessarily that, you know, there's even cheating going on, but you know, there's a feeling of neglect, and like the wife and the kids in the picture is like, well, you know what, I'd like to have a little less money and a little more time with you, and the kids want a little more time with you, and we can deal without having some of the money that
Right.
you're bringing home. It's not necessarily about always about providing when you're providing at the, I think, detriment of the family unit, like, because
Right.
spending time with us is part of building that connection, building that bond, and showing, expressing, you understand what you are committing to when you like marry someone. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna take care of you financially. There's a whole bunch of
Yep.
other stuff that comes with that coming in a marriage.
So true.
You know what I call that money? I call it cheap money. You got money. You got money to cheat and take another woman out on a
So
date.
he could cheat in peace. Like I told y'all, yeah. Some of those men just want to cheat in peace,
You got money
Lydia.
to pay me the interest for the inconvenience caused to my heart and my soul. Thank you very much.
Listen, the way that I hear some of these men talk, I would never, like, I could, like, ladies, if you hear men say things like, I don't think, like, these are key red flag words and mindsets that you need to watch out for when vetting for a man. If they say stuff like, I don't think God made men um able to do monogamy. I think that it's like when he says stuff like his feelings on monogamy, y'all ever hear men say, well, I don't think God created men to be faithful. Do you ever hear that phrase? I've heard that so much come out of a man's mouth.
Yeah, I hear people say that not just about men, about humanity in general. Like, we're not supposed to be with one person.
When
Uh,
people start that, I immediately
I
check
just
out.
feel, yeah, that's like people who are not emotionally mature. Like,
Right.
I think people who have evolved in their, I think, framework of like what it takes to put together a relationship, a committed relationship. You're not going to sit here and be like, oh, I want to be with most, unless, but you know what? People who are not, I'm not gonna say not as evolved, but people who are a little bit more progressive thinking, they'll do this poly stuff. And I mean, I see variations of the poly stuff though. Like, it'll be like some people are just poly because they want to cheat. Some people are in a poly relationship and they don't even know. Like this, I'm like, does the people you with know that you poly? Because sound like you saying you poly to us, so you can just cover up that you really just you playing both of these people against each other.
I think another one that's like a giveaway when you, like, it's a red flag is when he's like, babe, I just want to go with the flow.
Yes.
The go with the flow is the number one, top one to look
Yeah, like
for.
I'll let you know if things change. Like when
Right.
when I hear I let you know, that's a trigger. Like
Yep.
those words, I'll let you know. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go.
What I'm saying, like, go with the flow. Don't work for a girl like me. It doesn't, because you keep telling me that you are this alpha set type of man.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha man about to say to you, we're going with the flow.
Right.
A certain level of direction. He knows.
So you go with the flow, and I'm going this way. You go head on with flow.
And what I'm saying, you're not about to take me down no river with no armbands, no swimming equipment, no equipment for even our ship. Should anything go wrong, there's going to be holes in our ship, and we're probably going to be picking up other people along the way. So,
Deuces.
girl, I don't know.
I don't want that.
Doesn't work for me.
Another red flag when he says stuff like, when he listens to people like Nick Cannon having 13 kids all over the place, and they say, oh, in the Bible, God told Abraham to spread his seed. I believe that I need to spread my seed. That is a huge red flag. I am not trying to get involved with somebody with multiple families all over the place. Papa was not no Rolling Stone. You could go ahead on with that. I'm gonna be the one and only baby mama till death do us part.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Cannon.
Same men that gaslight you. The same.
We can't hear you, Lydia. One more time.
I said these are the same men that will gaslight you.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's going too well for Nick. I know like some of his children's moms are like, he doesn't have a lot of time to spend with them.
Of course not. This is the thing. So many people say like, oh, he has the money to do it. Just like Dr. Z said, it's not only about finance. When are we going to get rid of that mentality that being a father is more than just seeing your kids sporadically and providing, the basics for them? What kids are going to remember in their life is that first recital that they looked into the audience and they saw their dad, or the first time that they looked up at the star and they saw the North Star and their father said, that's the North Star, or the first time that they discovered certain things. It's the little things. It is impossible for one man to spread himself so thin in 12 different places. So what's going to happen if two of his children that are in different states both have a recital that day and it's their first one? How do you pick what moments you're going to be there for who? Kids are going to feel neglected. And it's very important to children's self-esteem for the parents to be there for the little things, like clapping in the audience when they've, practiced for a whole week how to do their choir practice or whatever kind of recital they have. And now they're in the audience and they look in the audience and their mother's face is there. Their father's face is there. Their first basketball game, their first this. They're looking for their parents. So as a man, and I'm not judging nobody because everybody, whatever, he has the right to do what he wants to do, but it's impossible for one man to be there for the little small moments that matter for all 13 kids everywhere, every time they need them in different states. They're not going to remember their toy, their basics and stuff, because you don't really understand the value of like shelter, food, clothes, and everything, like until you're a little bit older. But those little memories, they're going to say, oh, I saw dad a few times a year and he always came with like a big bag of toys and then he left and I didn't see him again for 6 months. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not really like into that. So like when guys say that they believe in like having multiple kids with multiple women and all this kind of stuff, that to me is a red flag. I'm off that.
Question then, would you say Nick Cannon is a toxic man who can't actually give you peace because he's not at peace with himself, with the show, X number of kids, doesn't know how he's going to run his schedule properly? don't you think that's a little bit?
Yeah, it's not. I think Nick Cannon has a good heart and he's a good person, but I think he's not. I think in that category, like the family relationship category, he needs to do a lot of work. And I personally wouldn't enter into a relationship with him.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like the women are on the wavelength with him, like, oh, they're getting married. It's like some type of consensual agreement to bring a child to the world together. It's not, they're not expecting marriage from him.
Those children, let's say those women let's say they went into this agreement in the beginning. And 2-3 years down the line, they meet somebody. Stepdad is going to be the one that these kids are going to look at as their father, because fathers are there for the little things.
Right.
Fathers are there when you scrape your knee and they put a Band-Aid. Fathers are there when they let you play makeup on them, put makeup on me to their daughters. Like, fathers are more than just sperm donors and I give mom X amount of money per month. We need to start implementing in these men, because they're giving themselves the bare minimum. They're looking at what happened 20 years ago with a lot of absentee fathers, and they're saying, well, we're better than that because we're here. But it's more, or we give the women money. It's more than that. Do you even know what a father is? And if you don't know what being a father is because you didn't have one, read about it. Like, get some books. Or how about this? Jot down what you wish you had as a boy and be that to somebody else. So it's more than just money. So I don't know. But that's that's my definition. But again, not everybody thinks like me. But if I were to be on a date, that's another red flag. As soon as they start talking about multiple families, multiple kids, that's a red flag for me.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, these toxic men, but the thing about it is, what is that meme that says that, did you guys ever see it? The man wants to come to you at the sunset of their life with the dad bod, the receding hairline, and the penis that doesn't work anymore, and then they want to say they're ready to settle down.
You can take your.
Wait, did you see the story of the 90? Was he 90? It was like a 90-year-old man that divorced his wife. He left it for like an 80-year-old, and they'd been married, I think, like, I don't know, 60, 70 years. It was like a real story. I'm like, man, like, you can't get away from this. They're still toxic in their 80s.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he waited his whole life to leave that woman. He done left her for a younger woman, and they're like in their 80s and 90s.
Wow.
See, all that is petrifying.
Yeah, I'm so depressed right now.
We need to change the topic. Jesus Christ.
Yes, let's change this topic. Damn, man. But I have faith in the men that are not, let's see what else. All right, this is another great topic that Lydia had. Boom.
Oh Lord. I think we deal with this daily.
Elaborate, Dr. Z.
Well, I do spend quite a bit of time on Clubhouse, and another Clubhouse doctor that I adore, shout out to Dr. Craig Bailey, if you listened into the show or the replay. We have this theory called subconscious arrogance, and this is where people think they're the center of everything that people talk about in a group conversation, and then they think that because we're talking about them, they project those insecurities in the conversation. It's like, man, no one was even talking to you or about you anywhere around you, and now these questions or remarks that they're making are like just out of left field, or they'll target you and feel like you were being subliminal with them. And I just think it's funny, like how people can just like take things that are seemingly innocent and make it about them. It's about somebody else. It's not even about you.
I agree. What about you, Lydia?
Oh boy, brother. So I think like projection, I think we all have certain levels of insecurities. I think, but anyone who says I'm not insecure, you're a goddamn liar. Okay?
Yeah.
everyone has some sort of level of insecurity instilled within them, not because that you want it there, but you've gone through things as a person. We've all gone through things as a person. Nobody is the finished article, nobody is perfect. So you'll be very naive to believe someone who says, I don't have any insecurities, I'm then wholesome and what have you. I can say I'm 100% wholesome, but I know I've got set insecurities that do slip sometimes. However, the difference between someone who is able to be so self-aware of their insecurities and someone who projects their insecurities is the one who's self-aware is the person who also knows that they are willing to do the work to overcome their insecurities. And I think the person who is projecting their insecurities is because they're so stuck in a bubble of fear, in a bubble of that victim mindset. It's mindset. Everything is everybody else's fault, but it's never my own.
Right.
But what did you also do to warrant for those insecurities and those projections? I.e., for example, back to the whole cheating thing. Every hour on the hour, you're calling my goddamn phone. Where are you? And then the minute that I call you and ask you where you are, I'm insecure. A man who's out there cheating, you know, where are you? Who are you with? Where you come? When are you coming home? And all of these different things.
Right.
Your Instagram is an issue, and the minute that I mention something, it's now a me problem.
Right.
And I feel like these are the types of people who are very good at lying,
manipulating.
They're narcissists. They're also the ones who won't ever tell you the truth because the truth will provoke you to do something that warrants you and your best interest.
Right. Of course. That is something. What you think about that, Dr. Z? If you there.
I know I'm still here. I just think like with the whole projection of insecurities thing, it's not like a me problem, it's a them problem. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to correct when somebody, yeah.
I think if I love you enough, because like I have my own insecurities, right? And I feel that if a man loves me enough, because like so many people are like, well, you need to already come to me whole. I'm not your therapist. We can't get into a relationship if I have to do this and that. But the thing about it is, right, some insecurities are around mistrust. So I think if a person, and I can only speak about my insecurities and how I would act with his insecurities, sometimes you got to weigh it out and you got to give people grace with their insecurities. If you could understand why let's say they told you a story. I was married, my wife cheated on me. I have 4 kids with her, like, and he gives you like a background story. You already know in your head that this man has, you know, mistrust because of X, Y, and Z that happened with his ex-wife. You may kind of understand some of his insecurities, and if you love him enough, you may be able to work through that with him and prove yourself to him enough. Because I think with love, and I think with consistency of trying to help people, those insecurities will eventually evaporate because he's not going to hold you to those same standards that he held his ex-wife. But after that traumatic experience with his ex-wife, if he decides to enter in a relationship with you, some of that, you can't just say, like, even if he went to therapy, even whatever, what she did to him is scarred him. So maybe certain things you might do might trigger that, certain ways that you might, let's say, for instance, you got some new friends and you're out of the house more. It might trigger him back to those days where she was leaving the house more before she cheated on him. And so like those insecurities may come out where he may call you a lot. But like, I feel like you have to weigh it out to see if he's worth it enough to work through those insecurities, and then vice versa. Whatever insecurities I have, if you're dismissive and say you're just insecure, you're crazy, and then you push me away, that shows that you don't love me. And to me, If you are a person that is 100% whole and perfect, and you meet another 100% whole, perfect, and y'all just healthy and y'all don't have none of this, then more power to you. But I could only speak about me. I've been through a lot of stuff. I have a lot of damaging shit that happened in my life that I've worked through and stuff. And that man has to decide, am I going to throw the dice? Is being with her outweighs the insecurities? How do we fix it? And if she shows that she's willing to work through her insecurities, and we could do it, or if he shows he's willing to work through it and the communication's there, then fine. I once dated a guy that I didn't think that the relationship was worth keeping him around. If I went to the club, I had to FaceTime him from the bathroom to show where I was. Or if I was in the VIP section, he needed to call me to see everybody that's sitting with me. FaceTime me when you get home. FaceTime me when you come in, when you get out, when you go to the party and all this. And he was like weird. You know, we would be out in public and he was always angry and always like grilling somebody, waiting to knock them out for stupid stuff. That's not a person that I want to work through his insecurities, because I don't even feel like I connect with him and love him enough to even get through that. But there might, but maybe that's just the chemistry that me and him have or had. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I think it's like a case by case basis. That's my opinion.
Yeah, so. No, I think there are definitely some women, I think, who have been with a guy that you had, Angie, the same type of ex that you were with. I mean, even I have had that, where call me when you get, call me when you're there, call me when you're with this person. You said that you're going here. What time are you going home?
Right.
If I say that I'm going to go to my friend's house, I'm going to my friend's house.
And right.
I meet and I'm there, then just take my word for it that is what's going on.
Right.
But I feel like if she was on the other foot, they wouldn't like it.
Of course not.
If the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't like it. It would make us look very insecure to be so persistent on as to where a man is, what he's doing, who is he with, what time is he getting home, what's he wearing, who's around him, why is that person there, why are you with somebody that I don't like, you said that you was going to do this, but you're lying to me. And all of these things, you're never relationship. It's going to be constant arguments. And like, I think I've reached that point in my life now where I'm in my soft girl era. Okay, I can't be combative with no one. If you want to argue, go argue with the wall. You're not about to argue with me, because for me, I just feel if you want us to work, you need to find a way to express yourself in a way that doesn't disrespect me or us when you want to deliver what you want to say. Because
right.
Anyone who has insecurities or certain level of projections, the way that they say things, not necessarily what they say,
yeah,
but they say things, says a lot about their type of character. And I think you need to be able to be in a relationship with someone when you are talking about insecurities that don't gaslight you, that they don't manipulate you or make you feel crazy, and they still are able to speak with you in a way where they are very respectful and loving as to where you are coming from, rather than be angry with you because they have got demons and troubled demons within themselves that they're constant loggerheads with.
Absolutely. And like a lot of times they're doing the dirt. So they'll sit there and tell you that you insecure. Whole time they're doing you dirty. So for me, yeah, it's going to have to be a special situation for me to have to deal with that. Cause like I listened to, and I muted you, Dr. Z, because Lydia's audio, I wanted to be able to hear her. It's low. So every little noise was like interfering with your audio. But I listened to not Dr. Z. I listened to DJ Envy and his wife's podcast, right? And they talk about how DJ Envy was so incredibly insecure when they were in college. Like his wife would get ready to go to a party and she'd be made up from head to toe. And he'd tell her he doesn't want her to go to the party, and he'd throw her in the shower and turn the water on and ruin her look so she wouldn't go to the party. Or he's went to parties and he threw her over his shoulder and he escorted her out of the party, and he was like super, super insecure and scared that his wife was gonna like leave him for somebody or that she would have better options. But for some reason, he asked her, he's like, well, why did you stay through it all? You know what I mean? And she was just like, she always saw, she just loved him, and she always just knew that he had a good heart, and she saw better than him, and she believed in him. That's why I say sometimes, like, insecure behavior and certain things of that nature, like, it's not always gonna end up and result in something bad, but a lot of times it does. That's why I think you need to weigh, like, what kind of man you're with, or what kind of woman you're with.
Yeah, no, I hear that. That's sure.
Yes. So I think, what you guys think? I think we should stop here and maybe do a part 2. But before we get up out of here, I always gotta do a game with y'all, and this game is called Never Have I Ever. So we gotta hold up 10 fingers. Oh, Dr. Z, she's tapping in through audio, so she could just verbally tell us how many fingers she has, what she's putting down and stuff like that. So y'all ready? Dr. Z, you ready? You on mute.
Oops. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm still standing by.
All right, so we got 10 fingers up. Dr. Z, we can't see her, but we're gonna put 10.
I got all 10 of them up.
Okay, guys. Never have I ever drunk dialed my ex. I'm putting a finger down. Lydia's putting a finger down. What about you, Dr. Z?
So, okay, I put a finger down if I did it.
Yes.
I think I did it. I'm gonna put my finger down.
All right, so we all got 9 up, y'all. Never have I ever cheated on someone.
I never cheated. So, no change.
I did this when I was younger. And I wouldn't even consider it cheating because we weren't really together. But I still put it down because he got mad.
You feel a way about it?
And he kind of got mad even though we weren't together. And I was like early 20s. This was like early 2000s.
And there's you talking about loyalty.
Listen, we weren't even together, Lydia. We were not in a relationship at all.
That's not cheating.
So that's not cheating. All right, so I'm back to 9. We weren't in a relationship, me and this person. All right, so never have I ever had a threesome.
No threesomes. Still
no threesomes. Fingers. What about you, Lydia? Threesome? Okay, so we're all still at 9. Never have I ever sent a nude to someone. I'm at 8. What about you, Dr. C?
I'm at 8.
Okay. Never have I ever been on a blind date. I'm at 7.
No, I'm still at 8. No blind dates. Wait.
Okay.
No blind dates.
Never have I ever used a fake ID. I did in college.
So I wasn't the one using it, but I gave somebody I was involved in it, so I'll count that.
Okay, so Dr. Z, you're at 7, we're at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never have I ever trolled someone on social media. I'm still at 6. Lydia's at 5. What about you, Dr. Z?
I'm gonna go ahead and put my finger down. I do a lot of trolling sometimes.
I'm at 6. Lydia's at 5. Dr. Z's at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Never have I ever peed in a public pool.
Oh.
As a grown-up? No. As a child, yes.
It doesn't matter. I'm at 5. Lydia's
I was a kid.
You at? What about you, Lydia? You at 4? Lydia's at 4. Dr. Z, where you at?
I'm at 5.
Okay, guys. Never have I ever deleted a post on social media because it didn't get enough likes.
Yeah, I've never done that before. I don't.
What about you? What about you, Lydia? No? All right. So me and Lydia, we're both at 4. Okay. Number 10. Never have I ever had sex on a beach.
Nope, no beach sex. No sex on the beach for me unless you count the cocktail.
All right, so me and Lydia are at 4, and Dr. Z, where you at?
5.
All right, so now we need a tiebreaker, me and Lydia. So do you want to come up with a question, Dr. Z, to ask us?
Let's see. Let me see if I can think of something good.
Okay. I'll look up some too.
I'm trying to think. Oh man, I'm at a loss of words. Never have I ever had sex in the car. That's boring, isn't it?
What? We're both at 3.
Damn, we need another tiebreaker.
Yes.
Let me see. Let me look at my little list of okay. Oops. Never have I ever got like a gotta buy you a bottle or buy you a drink, then ghosted him afterward. Oh my God, you guys, y'all running out of fingers. Oh man, you want to try? Lydia? I already did too. You have one, Lydia?
Okay. Never have I ever. Never have I ever wanted to be on a reality TV show.
Mm-mm.
All right, so what? I'm at 1, you're at 2? All right, so Lydia won because I tapped out first. I'm at my last finger. I tapped out first, so you won, Lydia.
I'm about to get risque, but never have I ever let a guy play just a tip.
Oh!
That was gonna be my next one.
0. Now I don't have no more fingers. Oh my God, ladies, this was super awesome. Thank you so much for coming by and joining me for another episode of the Ladies VIP. Make sure y'all tap into Lydia and Dr. Z. I'm going to put their information up here. Lydia is on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow her at LE_MXOX. Lydia, you got any shout outs before we get up out of here? Anything you want to promote?
Follow PR, my PR business. It's Lux PR International on Instagram. Follow me as well. You'll be able to see it on there as well.
How you spell that, Lydia? I'm gonna put it up now.
LUXE PR and then international.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
And that's it. And then big up yourself for having me back on the show.
Thank you, my love. You could come here anytime you want. We might, if y'all feel like it, we could do a part 2 now. If not, we could always do a part 2 any other time. Make sure y'all tap in with Lydia at Lux PR International. Make sure y'all follow her on Instagram. Tap in, to what she got going on. Follow her on Clubhouse. She's Lydia Alina, right?
Yeah.
Yes, at Lydia ELENA. We always love Lydia in the building here, tapping in all the way from the UK with the time difference and everything. We love you over here, Lydia. We can't wait to see you again. Dr. Z in the building. Go ahead, Dr. Z. You got any last shout outs? Anything you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Just a quick reminder that you can follow me on all social media right now as DRZAKIYAANYOINE, which is just my full name. So DR as in doctor. But also check out the hair care brand is The Natural Hair Doctor. And our site there is thenaturalhairdoctor.shop. And on IG, we're The Natural Hair Doctor with USA behind it. So The Natural Hair Doctor USA. Because there is a natural hair doctor in the Netherlands, believe it or not. That's
when you say natural hair doctor, is the doctor spelled out fully?
Yes, it is doctor spelled out fully. So no abbreviations in the natural hair doctor altogether. And then finally, don't forget about my medical practice. It's Curative Concierge. Yeah, the naturalhairdoctor.shop.
Okay, the naturalhairdoctor.shop. Tap into Dr. Z. Make sure you follow her on all platforms across the board. She's at Dr. ZAKIYAANYOINE. Make sure y'all follow her on Clubhouse. She got that new show coming out. Ask Dr. Zakiya every Saturday. Tap into what she got going on. Dr. Z, thank you so much for joining me again. You are a regular on the show. We can't wait to see you again. Super dope. And guys, make sure y'all follow me on all platforms. First, you can follow me on Clubhouse. I'm at Angie's World. youtube.com/Angie's World. You could go to angiesworld.com. Check out my podcast. We got the Ladies VIP. Where am I at? I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple, YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Angie's World Podcast. Please follow me over there. I'm actually on Twitch. I'm at Angie's World 1 on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming live over there, doing some album reviews. So we're going to get into the music on Twitch. And I'm on Clubhouse. So, you guys know, just go to itsangiesworld.com and holla at me. This is another episode of the Ladies VIP. You could be anywhere in the world. Oh, but before I say that, my name is Angie. That's Lydia. That's Dr. Z. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be in Angie's World. And for that, I love you. Peace. Deuces.